Great job yesterday when we were there. So remember, it's smaller groups. We're not asking everyone to come up in a big meeting, but it being involved, so it gives you a better understanding of what goes into having them meetings and why it's important to get the conversation back and forth about what things need to be done. Okay. All right. So what's Land Tech? You know, they're trying to get it single piece, right? So they're down to the 14 hours for a product. When the new cell concept was proposed, many of the production workers were baffled or dismayed. As Bob Underwood, one of the most skilled workers on the floor, noted, we were used to a system in which each of us had a set of hard-earned skills, welding, machining, and in my case, the ability to adjust non-conforming parts so they would fit. We were used to doing our own work as we saw fit at our own pace in our own department. As long as we met our daily production quota, we were left alone. What's more, the real kick in the work was firefighting, in which Land Tech Volunteer Fire Department went into crisis mode to get an emergency order through the system to eliminate a sudden production bottleneck. I was one of the best firefighters at Land Tech, and I loved it. Ron Hicks was proposing a new system of standard work and tack time that sounded like oversight by the industrial engineer, which every skilled tradesman hates. The difference, of course, was that the work team would standardize its own work. What was more, he was proposing making complete machines in one at a time. Finally, he claimed that if the work was standardized by the work team, the machines were realigned to permit single-piece flow, and tack time was adhered to. With no working ahead, there would be no more fires to fight. As Underwood remembers, it didn't sound like much fun, and I thought it would never work. When the conversion week was completed and the new cell was ready to go, it didn't work. All kinds of problems, long submerged in Land Tech's massive inventories and closely held work practices, suddenly emerged. Some steps had not been included in the standard work charts. Poor tool maintenance, easily tolerated in the old batch system, repeatedly stopped the whole cell. The supply of components to the cell was not dependable. The widespread feeling was that Ron Hicks was pushing a novel concept that would never work in Land Tech. All right, sound familiar? Everyone feels that we want to firefight, feel good about the end of the day that we did something because we fought a fire and we got it out the door. Firefight, the better thing is to fix the root cause and not firefight, okay? And when we lower this water level, as we're seeing, we're having problems, but we're trying to fix those problems. Inventory just hides all those problems, why the machine's down, or why we didn't ship those parts. We'll just rework them, we'll just make bad parts, and we'll just get them out the door. So we fix the problems, we don't have that daily firefight.